Hello, everyone. This is our usual meeting on Wednesdays night, the Global Healing Circle. We have Christina with us today. Hello, Christina. Amos, hello. And Nora. Hello, Nora.
Hello.
So welcome. It's nice to be together again and with everyone else who's watching us. And my name is Fotini. I'm from Greece. And I was thinking about introducing the topic we're going to speak about. So it would be time and space, and how as healers and also for our personal issues, how we can work on this issue. Share a little bit about our experience?
Yes. Hi, everyone. My name is Amos Campbell. I'm a master healer. I run a full spectrum healing practice, Health and Healing Solutions, out of beautiful Peoria, Arizona. I do massage, reflexology, Reiki, and meditation.
Okay. And you have an experience with time and space journeying?
Yes.
You have as a healer. Okay.
As this, we just passed through Thanksgiving, and I do daily meditations and every so often journeying. And in this case, I went to journey through some very past Thanksgivings. I wanted to view the situations from an impartial external view. So what I recommend people do is a astral projection meditation, where you create a safe space within your sacred. I have a circle of stones that I meditate in. Other people light a candle, put a circle, protection methods that you have. And then I sit and I go back to those Thanksgivings, and I was viewing things outside of myself, and I became aware of some emotional patterns, some negative emotional patterns held by my family members that apparently had been passed on to me, that I really wasn't aware of in my regular daily life. This is just some things that you just don't happen unless you're very close to someone, unless you're at someone's dinner table, like that type of close emotional things. So I became very aware of that placement in my life, came back to my sacred space, and now I am in the process of processing those negative emotions of where this not exceptional, it's just this snobbiness and this overzealous jump to judgment. So that's what I got from my family. I got a slight snobbishness and an over judgment, or an overzealous jump to judgment. And that's what I'm trying to process out of myself, because that's what my family gave to me.
And now, where are you in your process now? How long has it been since you started this?
I'm on the 4th day. So I'm now in the heart center, where I'm feeling the emotional impact of what it did to me to be there in that chair and to experience that. And then also the subconscious infliction of what I've done all the years since. A lot of people who know me very personally, who've ever sat at my dinner table, do know that I can be slightly harsh on things, on people. Mostly I'm harsh on myself, but I can be harsh on other people. And I now know that's one of the places where that got informed, where that got amplified. So now I'm trying to let that emotions go. So we're on the 4th day. 3 more days.
3 more days. Okay. Way to go. I hope it ends up in a beautiful way. Actually. Okay, so Christine, you had your own experience about time and space.
Yes. So I like to look at time and space. It only exists in this 3D reality, right? So it doesn't exist outside of this normal everyday feel it, taste it, touch it, smell it experience that we're having. So I like to use that and create scenarios or situations in a parallel life. So if we have no space, no time, everything's happening all at once. So there are multiple possibilities in every situation, everyday life. So we actually can choose which possibility we want to observe in our lives. So for instance, I like to do fun things. So I'm a salsa dancer. I love taking salsa lessons. And I was feeling down one day right before my class, and I love this class. It's so much fun. Just feeling down. I was moving to another state in the US, not an emotional state. I was physically moving to a state. I was feeling down that I was leaving, and I just sat and I decided, I said, you know what? No, I'm going to go into this class and I'm going to be the girl who everyone wants to dance with. And I'm going to just dance and have fun and enjoy the time. So I go in, and lo and behold, men are coming up. They want to dance with me and practice. And I end up staying later. Someone invited me to stay later and do another class with him. And it was just wonderful. It was so just that simple choice of making the decision to be that person put me into another timeline and into another reality that I chose to be in, because that's what I chose to focus on, rather than being in that state of, oh, I'm feeling down and I don't really want to go. And so it's just turning it around and placing your focus on what you want. Simple as that.
Thank you. Thank you for this. And Nora, how do you usually work with time and space? Are they your friends? How are you usually with time and space? Are they your friends?
My friends, time and space, bending time and space is my thing. Christina said it very well, what I also think about time and space and how we actually have multiple parallel realities that we can create our life around. And it's all about what we think and what is our vibrational state and what we attract towards us, basically. And when I work with my clients, for example, if they want to make a change in their life, like a permanent change, but they don't really know how to do it. It's something maybe big and they have a lot of doubt and fear, like everyone has if you try to grow out of your comfort zone. So what I do with them, that I might visit the moment when they already achieved that goal and where they are already living that life that they truly want, and consult them in the future. So I take them in a meditative state, and they have to close their eyes and imagine themselves there and really feel the emotions, how it is when they already exist in that reality. And then I ask questions and they answer, but it's actually their higher self who is answering, or that same person in the other timeline. And usually we get a lot of valuable information about the next steps that is good to take, or what they had to learn on their way there, like some realizations that we can bring in this moment, so we can really transform the way that they can start working in their personal journey. And I think that is truly powerful. In my healings, I go also to past. If there are moments, like sometimes I even scan the time, like if I'm healing a person, I scan, okay, let's say 0 to 5 years, and I feel the energy if there is anything stuck, or 5 to 10 years, is there anything stuck? And when I narrow it down to a moment where there is a lot of stagnant energy, then I go into that moment and I purify from there. So I scan time for healing and kind of future time for something we can learn that will take us to the positive timeline there. Yeah, I think it's pretty cool. Yeah.
Nice. As a shaman, my experience with space and time is quite interesting. I find that it doesn't exist, actually. So we can just go back and forth in time whenever we want, whatever we want to change. And I think that it's all possible for everyone. We can call them timelines, we can call them parallel realities, we can call them a lot of different ways. We can work with clients, with ourselves. There are many ways to play around and bend and change the shape and the size and the texture and everything that this timeline is made up. So it's quite an experience, it's quite a discovery. There's a lot that comes up that might need to be tackled or healed or addressed. I find it as a very, very effective way to work with clients, especially with difficult situations, traumas, and shocks, that it can really help. There is a map of the underworld that is actually the past, and there's also a map of the upper world that's actually for the shamans, it's the future. And the most important is to be here and now, at this moment, at this space-time, and be like functioning in a very effective way, being effective and living life today at this moment, being where we are. We all have three experiences, which is very nice, and it's a similar, I can see, like just looking at it from different perspectives. This is what my feeling was, and it was very informative for me also to share it. Yeah,
and I could say that in the now moment, I think the biggest point is the vibrational level, that on what vibration we are in. Because we have this, Bob Proctor talks a lot about this thing that we have the conscious mind and the subconscious mind, and then we have the body. So the conscious mind is a thinking mind that can make ideas and rationalize and see what is true and what is not. And we have the subconscious mind, or the emotional mind, that has all the past paradigms from our life, all the limiting beliefs and thoughts that we have about ourselves or world or other people or money or whatever. And that subconscious mind is actually determining the vibrational level of the body. And our body is a vehicle that has to be on a, like, on what level you are, that is the stuff that you pull towards you. So all your results at the moment are actually your creations from your past, by the way you were thinking and acting and doing. In the now moment is actually the moment to keep our vibrational level high, in the same level that we want to be in the future. So we can actually, by our thought, we can actually change our whole life. And he doesn't talk about like past or future or like parallel realities. He talks about frequencies. And I would say that actually the frequencies are the parallel realities, because on the lower frequencies, you have the more negative emotions, you have the illnesses, the like being poor, being alone. And then on the higher frequencies, you have the abundance and the joy and health and good social relationships and so on. Yeah. So that's another way of seeing it, is to see it just as vibrational levels or frequencies, and not even like parallel realities.
Yeah, I agree with that. And to take it kind of a little bit further, that we actually, a lot of the time, we tend to create our future based on the past, because the subconscious mind is so powerful that it will take you back to memories of what it translates as truth. Where I've been doing a lot of studying of memory, and memory really doesn't exist. And what they once thought of memory as being in certain parts of the brain that we can actually recall in certain parts of the brain, that's not true at all. And like things, the brain is actually capturing things, little fragments from all over the brain, and trying to piece that together to bring a linear picture to us. And like they're even talking about taking memory out of court systems, because people don't remember correctly or remember what truth is. So I find it fascinating. If that is the case, then we can mold and shape our memories to whatever we want them to be, and create our future based on that new memory. And it's genius. So this is something that I'm really starting to look into as neuroscience and quantum physics comes together and looks at this as a way to create your reality, because your subconscious mind does create neural pathways in the body that create these emotions that will ultimately create your future.
In that point, we come a lot to a matter of perception. Like you can have an exact same event happening to two people, but they don't experience it in the same way. And it's the matter of perception. It's a matter of their like programming from their past, how they tend to see things. Do they see them like mainly as like possibilities or more like threats, for example?
Absolutely. Yes.
Yeah.
My question is, time circular or
Same question. I love this because for my experience, I see everything as circular. And I have since I was a child. I don't see the calendar. We're taught everything in a linear fashion, in a line. And time does not to work that way at all. You're going forward, you're going backwards, you're going up, you're going down, you're going in many different directions all the time. And so to have this linear training, Tuesday comes after Monday, Monday comes after Sunday, spring, summer, fall, winter, it's all of this linear type training of our brain. So when things don't seem to work out in a linear fashion, then we take that as something's going wrong, there's a threat here, and that causes a lot of anxiety in people.
Yeah, I blame Disney. I call that the storyboard effect. I tell people life is not a Disney movie. It's not a storyboard. It's not going to progress like a Disney storyboard. So like when we think of healing, it's not a straight line. I know that's the shortest point between two distances. That's all physics, but it just looks like someone tied a Sharpie to a ferret and let it go. That's what the healing journey looks like.
Yeah, I don't really think that it's either linear or circular. I think it's going to every direction at the same time. That's my kind of what I think. And then you can just like connect points. And
I will say both. I say both. I think we move like Plinko. However, everything would move in a circular, however, like the Mobius strip where the circle is actually twisting on itself. So think of like a writhing Ouroboros. It's eating its tail, but he's also wriggling as well. So it all just spirals because things tend to move in cycles, and cycles tend to be circular. However, that's not going to be, it's a gross oversimplification, but there's just lots of twisting. Everything twists.
Yeah. And you can really see, for example, this 7-year cycle that they talk about in the horoscopes, that your 7 years is coming to an end. Like I have experienced it so many times that the same theme occurs again in my life after 7 years, and I have to learn something about it, or it will hit me back in the future again. Like it's very interesting how it works.
Use 7 and everything. Like I'm going through my healing cycle, and I tell everyone it's a give yourself 7 days of grace, 7 days of being very gentle with yourself while whatever it is you're working through works through. So it's essentially give yourself a day for each chakra to work your issue through. So I use 7 a lot.
Yeah.
And since we are in different timelines, and also we are in different countries, so do you think that time is actually 2022?
Yes, currently we're still moving through it, but again, we experience time differently because we're all on the different point of the sphere. And I think that's part of the argument. We're all experiencing time differently based on your position. And I think that position goes into your perspective. Like we each have vastly different backgrounds, vastly different life and world experiences. I think that's the beautiful point of everyone uniting. And again, we're making a circle.
But how about like on the other side of the world, where is the morning and the night at the same time? I don't remember those, where it goes somewhere in the sea. But think about, the sun is in the same point, but in the same time, like just 1 meter ahead, it's a morning. And like, how does it go? Like my
The
brain
twilight
cannot
point,
understand it.
I love that. I think those are the magical points in life. I think those are the in-betweens, the twilight points. And I think those are like our moments of realization. I think we should all be able to take a breath in a moment. It's a breathing point.
Yeah.
Just transition.
I can share my experience when I was coming back from Peru, because I woke up at 6 o'clock to catch the airplane in the morning. And then I landed in Madrid and it was 5 o'clock in the night. So in 2 hours, it would be day. So actually in one day, in 24 hours, I live 2 times morning. And that was a little bit, I'm going, wow, that's very strange. This is exactly what you're saying. How can you live 2 hours a morning in such a short time? It's like the body doesn't have this ability to cope with this information.
No.
It was very nice. I was also thinking that we are meeting here and now. Me and Nora, we are at the same geographical level, but on the same time, but in different space. And you guys are in the same land, in the same space, but you are probably on different timelines.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm on the West Coast, he's on Mountain Time, you're on Mountain Time.
So this is very amazing also into what technology can do, because we can all be at the same time, here and now, communicating, and yet time and space is completely different for all of us.
That's the magic. That's the magic of the physical kid. That's the magic of technology.
Amazing if you think about it.
Yes.
That's the
Yeah,
definition
that
of
happens
magic.
also in healing, for example. I can connect with a person on the other side of the world and heal him remotely or her remotely, and we are in the same space, not in the same time, but in the same space, because that's where we meet, is somewhere else than on my reality or his reality.
Yeah.
It's the beautiful part. That's the magic.
Yeah. So what about I have a question on the different dimensions, right? Because it seems to be on this 3D dimension, we have this time, space, right? And then we move into the 4D, which is more the astral or dream state. So in dreams, have you ever felt like there is time? Can you recall any instances in your dreams where you felt like there's time, and maybe even lucid dreams where you've said, no, I'm in a dream, and can bend that whatever reality you're in?
I think I haven't experienced time in my dreams.
I experience certain times of the day, which is interesting, but I don't know the time. Like it could be evening or it could be morning in the afternoon, but I'm aware that it's those times of the day, but it's not a focus. I'm not paying attention to it. But there hasn't been an instance where I'm just like, oh, this is a dream and I can change whatever I want, a lucid dream. No.
I have experienced it like past lives, like knowing that I was somehow connected to another past life. This is the only way that I can experience like as different times. If it was morning, if it was night, there was an experience there. But I'm not, I think I'm not looking at it through this way.
Yeah.
I haven't thought about it in this way that you're saying.
Yeah, maybe we should all experiment and try it.
Yeah, we could see it from another angle.
Yeah. And also anyone in the audience can experiment and try it and leave some comments.
And you can also leave some comments. How do you experience the time and space? Do they exist for you?
So, some last words of wisdom or something that we have gained out of our experiences that we can share with the viewers?
My final words is that as we go into this next holiday season, I tell everyone that one of the purest manifestations of magic is kindness. So when you go out and you practice kindness, whether you're just being kind to yourself that day or you're kind to the person walking down the street by holding the door open or just a friendly smile. When you are kind, that is the purest, most beautiful form of magic. So this season, go out and be kind. Kindness is king.
Nice. Thank you.
I would just like to say that as we get into this holiday season, it's easy to go to the past and have memories. Perhaps they upset you. Maybe there's drama, like Amos was talking about with Thanksgiving. And we have a tendency to rush into the future. Oh, I've got to get this done. I've got to go shopping. I've got to give gifts. I have to do this. I have to do that. So we tend to really elevate our emotions as far as getting stressful, not in a positive way, but more stressful, looking into the future, creating that anxiety, and then also getting depressed by living in the past. And so time is an illusion. So it's catching yourself in those moments and saying, I can change this. It doesn't have to be this way. And also doing a meditation like Amos suggested, and going back, if you tend to go back, just take those memories and look at how you played a role in that and change it. You have the ability to change it. And same with the future. Instead of focusing on everything that you have to do, bring it right back to now and focus on the next thing. Just one step at a time. And breathe.
Thank you for this. Thank you.
Yeah, I could maybe say, as we go to this holiday season, I think we have to all give tips for this. It's all about vibration. So stay high, not with high, but high vibrations. And if you don't know what it means when you are in good vibrations, you notice how you feel. Your state of emotions will tell you where you are at. And if you are anxious, if you are sad, if you are unhappy or worrisome, then it means that you are not in the high vibrations. So do something that boosts your energy and makes you feel good, and try to take it from there.
Thank you for this. One thing that I was thinking is be present in the moment and the place that you are for these holidays, and every moment. I think this is something that we can all practice and start making a habit every day to be present in the moment and the place or the space that we are, because this is our life. We created it, so it's up to us.
Very good.
So thank you, everyone, for your input, for your sharing, for your wisdom. Thank you. And we will see each other again next Wednesday. Same time, same place.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.